Welcome to day 3 of Have It All Moms. Hopefully yesterday you got your HIIT workout in. If you didn't, you better not be on day number 3. So, how did you feel? Maybe you feel a little sore today. Maybe you feel a little bit heavy. And if you do, that's completely 100% normal. And it tells you that it's working, that you did something to your body yesterday. And your body is telling you, hey, it worked, I felt it, and I've got some changes going on here. So we're on the right track of getting more energy. But I wanted to explain to you how you burn fuel when you exercise. You can't out-exercise a bad diet. As hard as you work, you cannot out-exercise it. I have spent so many years in the fitness industry watching people trying to out-exercise their bad eating habits. So the most important thing that we're going to talk about today is what goes in your mouth. And you have to be accountable for that. Because no matter what you put in your mouth, that's going to determine how you feel. It's going to determine the energy that you have. When you exercise, your relationships, all of those things by the type of fuel that your body is burning. And why is that important as moms? Because if I'm crashing and it's noon or it's 3 and I can't keep going, guess what? I'm going to grab for fuel that's going to be instant fuel in my body. So I want you to think about instant fuel, and I might kind of shake things up a little bit of what you've always thought of in the past. Because when you do that instant fuel, you feel energy right away, right? It's kind of like a campfire. If you're trying to start a fire, how do we teach our kids to do that? We get the kindling, we get some paper, we get some small twigs, and it burns really fast and it gets the flame right away, right? But then what happens if you don't put bigger logs on there? It burns out. So what are those types of kindling? That's your carbohydrates, that's your sugar. So what's next? What are the bigger logs? The bigger logs that you put on the fuel or on your fire are your proteins. So we've always known in the past that if we eat carbs and if we eat proteins, that's going to kind of stabilize us, right? So what we didn't know is what our ancestors knew. They didn't have the carbohydrates, right? And they didn't have an excess amount of just proteins just laying around. But what they did have is the combination of the healthy fats in their diet. And I can tell you, they worked a lot harder than us, right? So what are those healthy fats? Those are the coals that go on the fire that allows it to burn that steady heat for hours and hours and hours. And if any of you guys have ever cooked over a flame before, you know that those are the ultimate, that's the ultimate fuel source to allow you to cook at an even and steady state, right? Well, it's the same thing in your body. So you have to eat the right kind of fuel. You cannot out-exercise that. And you cannot find energy, long-lasting energy that will allow your body to function correctly if you bring the wrong fuel source in. So you've got to make sure that you have those coals. So those coals are the fats in your diet. And we've been told for years, take the fat out. Eat protein and eat just simple carbohydrates, right? Complex carbohydrates. Those are the things that are great. And fat-free as much as you can, low fat, lean, lean, lean. Well, guess what? When you do that, it starts creating a lot of inflammation in your body. It starts making you feel like you don't have energy. Our hormones go crazy. We don't feel good. Our skin might not look good. And we start having all these health issues as females. We start having issues with our hearts. That's the #1 cause of death of women, is heart disease. And a lot of it is caused from inflammation in our body. Inflammation is caused by too many carbohydrates and the wrong kind of proteins. So hopefully you've already done your homework. And everything that I'm telling you is things that you've already read. If you have not read that diet yet, I need you to stop right now and read that diet. Because that's the most important thing. I can tell it to you all day, but you have to learn it yourself. I cannot control what goes into your mouth. So I need you to focus on maybe resetting the way that you think so that you can reset your body so you can have more energy, which means we're going to change up our diet. We're going to put more fat in. And the thing that you're going to notice the most is you feel better and you look better. You do your exercises, you have more energy because your body is burning coals, which what we refer to as ketones, which I'm going to teach you guys so much about ketones and what ketones do. And I need you to stay away from those carbs, which is the quick fuel that we like to put in our body. But you know what? When you have those carbohydrates, guess what comes out of your system? The insulin guy. He comes out and he grabs onto those carbohydrates and he pulls them out of your blood, and you know what he does with them? He stores them on your body, and then there's the muffin top that we don't want. We hate that muffin top, but guess what? You did it to yourself. Nobody did it to you. So we're gonna learn to eat the right kind of fuels. And I'm gonna give you some different options and some different ideas, which I've already done in the book, in the Quick Start Guide. But also, the Wake Shake is another thing that I absolutely love because it's unprocessed. It's grass-fed butter that's in there, your grass-fed fats, which is how our ancestors ate. And guess what? They worked out in the farm, in the fields all days, and they had all kinds of energy, and they were happy. So I want you to trust me on this. Change your diet, add more fat, find more fuel. You add fat in your diet, it releases not the insulin guy, the ketones. And the ketones is what gives you energy. So when you're doing these HIIT workouts, you feel good. Doesn't mean you're not gonna feel tired. You're gonna feel like you're working really hard, you're giving it all that you have. But if you don't have the right fuel source, guess what? You're gonna get to round one and you're gonna have nothing to give. And then guess what else? You're not gonna be able to repair. And that's why I love that Wake Shake. You don't have to have a set breakfast every single day because we don't have time for that. And that's why I love having a protein shake. I know a lot of you guys have asked me about protein shakes, and this is one that I love. So you can click down below on the Wake Shake and you can get yourself one sent to you right away. I absolutely love it. And I give it to my kids too because it's all natural. Nothing's processed in it. It has the collagen protein, which your body needs anyway, which is good for our hair, our skin, our gut. Helps us sleep better at night. Who needs that? Me. I need that. And more energy. And that's definitely what I need. And that's definitely what you need. So I need you to focus on your diet, and that's gonna help those exercises. Day number 3, write down in the journal, order the Wake Shake if you need a protein shake. I love it. Let me know what you think about it too. And let's get going. Day number 3, have it all mom.